on my list is Terminator Salvation. Well, I actually really like this movie. The only thing that I didn't really enjoy was Christian Bale's performance. I guess he still believed he was playing Batman. So yeah, that was a little sucky. I didn't mind the not too perfect CGI appearance of Schwarzenegger. That was okay. And yeah, I really like this movie. Might become a classic, I hope. And 4 is a classic. Starring the late Leslie Nielsen in one of his serious performances. Well, I don't think I have to say anything about this flick. It's just amazing and a must-watch for every science fiction fan. Number 3 is a classic from the early 80s, and it finally got an awesome Blu-ray release. It's Galaxy of Terror, and it's starring a pre-Nightmare on Elm Street Robert England, and yeah, it has generally an awesome cast. It's wonderful cheesy horror with some very nice violence and a scene involving a giant maggot. The only sex scene in this movie. A must see. Number 2.
Una puta solo.
This is definitely one of the best science fiction films ever made. And if you don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray, I recommend getting the Ultimate Edition. So you have all 5 versions of this movie. It's really cool to be allowed to see the work print version of the film, and also all the other incarnations that you have seen in theaters. It's definitely a great movie, and there's a director that should really take this as an example of how to properly release a movie, because you have a completely new version, including some digital effects that look pretty cool. They look organic, so they don't ruin the world of Blade Runner. And yeah, you have all the theatrical cuts, and this movie is great in every incarnation. Off to number 1. It's The Empire Strikes Back. And of course, the original version, not this mangled up CGI filled crap fest. This movie is my absolute first love. Actually, this movie is one of the very first memories I have, because I was maybe 3 years old when I first have seen portions of it. I fell asleep. It was pretty late that evening, and so yeah, it was imprinted in my memory forever, and I still love it to this day. And so it's really painful to watch this butchered up version, and yeah, I really hope Mr. Lucas is coming to his senses to release the original trilogy on Blu-ray as a proper transfer, anamorphic widescreen, because this is not even that. It might just atrocious. You can do better, George, but you have the money for that. That was my top 5. I hope you like this one, and thanks for doing this great competition. Yeah. That's all, folks. See you in Pittsburgh.